Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SCHLONGCAST!
What the fuck was that?
I don't
What
know.
was that?
Have you ever heard like the intro to the Offspring, like that one album, Ixnay on the Ombre? Wait, did I just pronounce that wrong? I don't know. I'm terrible. I don't even know. I don't even know how to speak Pig Latin.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
I don't even know what I'm talking about either. So what are we looking at here, Cumley? What is this game?
Well, this is apparently a game between Fnatic and Ogre, I guess, from the It's Gosu Open. I don't know what round it was. He told me, but I immediately forgot. But apparently it's a really good game, and so we thought we would take a look at it and do a little bit of casting once again.
A little bit of schlong casting.
Little bit of schlong casting. There's no. You can never do a little bit of schlong casting. It's a lot of schlong casting always.
Well, there's definitely a lot of schlong everywhere.
A lot of schlong. A lot of schlong.
Erect.
My goal is just to ruin my viewers' penises, so every time they get an erection, they think of us.
Oh god, like now that you say that, like I never heard anybody like try and purposely do that, so now, oh man.
That's right.
I fear for the next sexual encounter. Oh well, I shouldn't have said that. Now the comments are going to be riddled with what sexual encounter.
Good.
Yeah.
So we do have some bands coming out here. I should preface this by saying that I have no idea what the Han metagame is like.
It's okay. Did we ever know what the Han metagame was like?
You bring up a good point.
What is this hero? What the fuck is this Bramble?
I don't know.
I don't know. It must be overpowered. It's an S2 hero.
Bramble. Oh my god. Wait, what? Spawn 16 plants. That feels like a lot of plants, Nigma.
That's a lot of anything. Like anytime it's like spawn 16 of anything, you know you're in for some serious shit. Unless you're fighting Gravekeeper, because he's terrible.
Gravekeeper's hilariously terrible because he looks like he should be so badass. And someone he explodes corpses and it like doesn't do anything. Oh, I love it.
So looking at these bands, well, if I were to dig up my Han knowledge from yesteryear, I would say Ophelia band seems kind of interesting, considering I thought Ophelia was shit in Han and only good in Dota, but I guess like she must be good now or something. Torture band, Polywog band, I could totally see. Keeper band, not so much. What the fuck am I reading? And Tundra band, I guess relatively common, sort of an off and on hero throughout the history of Han. Personally, I think Tundra and Beastmaster are overrated piece of shit heroes that are complete garbage.
Really?
I don't get it. Like, I don't get why people like. Yes, I know you micro the shit perfectly, but even if you do micro the shit perfectly, like, I just never see like a Tundra or a fucking Beastmaster like contribute shit. Like, I guess once they get a Puzzle Box 3, like shit starts hitting the fan, but I don't know. It just takes so long.
I don't know. You can get really good map control. I mean, the bird is really, really powerful. It's really good for counter warding. You can use just your minions to go counter ward. Obviously, if you already have the ward up, but I don't know. It just seems like he brings a lot of indirectness to the team, which maybe is more difficult to see.
Yeah, no, for like no doubt, the map control you get is fucking ridiculous. But like, I don't know. I always have to think if it's worth it, but I guess so.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Meraxis? What?
No, dude, Meraxis is overpowered now. I read that in a book that.
You read that in a book.
He's really overpowered. Yeah, because he doesn't die. He doesn't. He presses R and he's invincible. He has a 40-second.
I am personally a big fan of Meraxis. I always have been. I love playing Meraxis, but I would never have imagined him reach the competitive scene with no changes. Were there changes? It could very well be that there were changes and I didn't know about them.
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I don't think he was changed. I think what happened was, as is often the case, somebody realizes a use for a hero, and then everybody starts playing it because they're like, oh, okay. I'm surprised he wasn't immediately nerfed when they did figure that out.
Because estimate's fun, and they're like, wait, they found a use for this fucking hero that they usually never find a use for. Let's put Balfagor on this motherfucker. And
that's exactly what I was thinking of, was Balfagor. Because Meraxis is actually a lot like Balfagor, right? He's really tanky. He kind of wants to get into the middle of everything. He's pretty annoying to play against, but I know. I think we're going to see because I mean, if you look at the bans, they basically banned pushers and pebbles, which is kind of weird. But obviously, it's a respect ban because they knew I'd be watching the game and they didn't want me to play pebbles.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
Must be it. Oh yeah, and Wild Soul was also banned, sort of like a hero, obviously pretty big in Dota, although I think he did recently get nerfed, but like was Wild Soul lately like I can't remember the last time Wild Soul was really like a thing in Han. Like I don't know.
No, I mean the thing is like the first time I played Dota 2 in the jungle, I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing! This is everything I wanted in a jungling experience." It's more awkward to play somebody like Wild Soul in jungle. It's just so much harder to farm. But we did see specific players play Wild Soul. I'm trying to think if anybody in here is one of them, but I don't really think so. But he's very much the kind of hero where somebody plays him a lot. They get very good at him. They know how to lane with him effectively. They know how to handle harassments, invades, things like that. But if you don't play him very much, it tends to be pretty disastrous when you try to pick him up.
Yeah. And actually, Aluna is a hero that I know for a fact. Right when she came out, right when she came out, I think she was underpowered. But then wait, I forget. Either way, she was definitely the shit at one point in time. I remember her being awesome. And the Dark Lady coming out. Oh, what the fuck is this shit? This game has to be awesome because it's all these heroes I wouldn't like. I can't remember ever seeing in the competitive scene. Or
What's up
I
with this
haven't seen in a
Meraxis
long time.
skin? Look at that icon, dude. That's
Oh, what
fucked
is
up.
that?
That's gonna haunt my dreams forever.
Oh, I'm gonna purchase this right now. You successfully purchased the item. I'm not even gonna play him. It's cool, so I gotta have it. It's cool. I still have
That's
81k gold coins. What's up?
that's fine. I have 120, so take a seat.
I'm not sure that's how this game works. I also filled out the survey today, and I got 10 silver coins.
Ooh.
I like how it's like it's big, it's boldly advertised. Get 10 silver coins. Whoa. Back
And,
the
you know, the
fun
thing is
train
that
up. It's
I
fucking
guarantee you
10 silver
thousands
coins.
and thousands of people did it that would have never done it if there weren't 10 silver coins
Oh,
involved.
I'm not doubting the effectiveness of the survey. I think it's a great idea. I just think
Yeah.
like it's kind of comical to me, like 10 silver coins,
They should let you pick between 10 silver coins and 1 gold coin.
one gold coin. Yeah, I think that would actually make a lot of people happy. Because at the rate I've been reading the Han forums, it's always like some guy begging for 1 gold coin.
Well, that's sad. In League of Legends, they make you draw fan art if you want to get like an extra riot point or two. It's pretty adorable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
people are
they
really.
give it to you and they make you pay money.
Of course.
Oh god, there's pauses. Oh, I see
Uh,
pause. Oh yeah, right.
oh fuck! I
forgot
didn't.
you
No, I
did.
didn't. I didn't. No, I did not. I'm on a new new OS install. How do you do it? Replay. Fuck. Go into your console and press up a bunch. Find the command.
Press up a bunch. I have to press up a lot, bro.
Auto skip pause 1. I think I just did it. Maraxis got picked by Smack Donald from B Black Fade, and then everyone realized how good he was. Fresh Pro was a Wild Soul player, plus Han loves you. Okay, so it was Smack Donald who was the one guy that figured out that the hero was good, and then everybody clusterfucked it.
Good
So
on
hats
him.
off to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What time
we
are you
need to
at?
resync here. I'm at 7:50. I'm at 1:15 on the in-game timer. I feel like that's gonna be more accurate.
For some reason, I can't go back past a certain point. I'm guessing that's where the pause was. Is it
Okay.
7:50?
Wait, what? You're at 7:50?
Yeah.
Go
Like,
to 7:53, and then the in-game time should be 1:13.
yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Easy peasy. So it does look like we do have the Parasite jungle here for Team Fnatic. That'll be a little bit exciting to see. I do like Parasite quite a bit. He does tend to get really bursty, and he's really able to kind of play that assassin role pretty early in the game, especially once he gets that ultimate, obviously. But even earlier on, if he manages to get a good creep or something like that, he can really gank the lanes pretty effectively.
Yeah, Parasite's like the biggest bullshit hero in the game. Like S2 is like, man, we should come up with a really hard ganker that can jungle. Seems balanced. And so they did. And wow, this is looking like a big old-fashioned early gank here. It looks like... Wait, which courier is this? This is the Hellborn courier? Yeah, it's Hellborn. Or wait, is it the Hellborn? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. They didn't upgrade the Legion Courier, which is probably going to come back to bite them
Oh, yeah.
if they do manage to get a kill here. We do see Magebane has been found. They should probably look to go on this Glacius, though, for obvious reasons. We don't want Magebane just to kind of blink away. Oh, he might not be able to get the blink off in time.
Oh! Now you fucked up. You have
You
fucked up
fucked
now.
up. There's no reason for that to have happened. You saw Magebane didn't want to use his blink like right away. He wanted to like just run away. I guess he could have just blinked.
Well, I guess he thought that there was just two people there and that a blink would be a waste of mana, but when you're in a
Yeah.
high tier game like this, you gotta kind of expect the worst. Like,
Well, you can also
especially
not
if there's
have a-
like a Magnus fucking Valkyrie on the other team, that's probably gonna be in your lane anyways. Like,
Mhm.
probably. Wow.
And you really have to upgrade your courier and scout with it at this point in the game. You know, your support doesn't have to like buy the original courier. They can buy a one ward. They have all these options available to them. There's really no excuse for not upgrading your courier and using it effectively.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see how this Meraxis does mid, because I usually don't put Meraxis mid, but I'm guessing that's what this whole strategy revolves around, so this is probably all part of the plan. So I would like to see how he makes this work. Interestingly enough, he does have Quake at level 1. I'm guessing he's going to do the thing that everybody does and get more axes and use that to get some last hits, basically guaranteed. And it looks like Parasite's actually in the enemy jungle, and is harassing this Luna, who for whatever reason is just walking around. I don't quite get what she's doing. Is this like a roaming Luna strategy?
I suspect it's support Aluna, which I actually think is fantastic, and I've thought it's fantastic for a long, long time. I actually think Valkyrie support is amazing too, but I'm kind of a weird guy. I have the skin for Aluna, where it's like all fancy. You see, Magma's trying to come here as well to go into Parasite. Parasite gonna have to leave that top jungle. Gonna have to kind of roam back to his own at this point, I think.
Yeah, this is hilarious. Just look at her. She hates him. She's just following him everywhere. This is the most dedication to countering a jungler I've ever seen. Like, she's just not having any of his shit.
It's like the plot of Heroes, you know. If you wait, I actually don't know. Something about a cheerleader is what I'm trying to say here. We do see that Hani did get Arcane Shield at level 2. He really wanted to kind of try to block some of that Pyromancer action. I actually don't even know how Arcane Shield works.
Yeah,
Is it blocking?
How would that help him at all?
Targeted ability.
No.
Who is he laning against? I guess. What?
Well, I guess okay. I think he wants to have protection against a Luna if a Luna comes in and uses her Q ability to stun. That's what I'm supposing.
Okay. All right.
It also gives passive armor, but it's not that significant. But I think really he knows this Luna is roaming, which is just fucking still level 1. So she actually doesn't even have her stun yet. But
No, she got double damage, dude. Don't worry about it.
And once Pyromancer hits 6, you can absorb his ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, really the most important thing is just going to be to get this Dark Lady to farm. And if Luna can keep Parasite out of range of killing that Dark Lady, or, you know, putting any kind of harassment on her, because they really don't want a 3 versus 2, even 3 versus 3 with that Dark Lady early. She's just not that effective. And so I guess she just really, really wants to protect the Luna any way that she can. Does look like Magnus is going to take over the roaming role, still level 1 as well. Luna going to stay there in the top lane. And see if they can set something else some more axes, because they really want to get him down before his ultimate, because it's going to be much, much more difficult to kill him once he does have that shield.
Yeah, it looks like they really are spending a lot of time trying to gank this Meraxis. He's being really careful though, which is good. And looks like Luna is finally going to sort of move to the top lane, and Magnus is going to start roaming. I like how they originally had this Magnus Valkyrie kill lane, and now they realize that it's basically just going to be bubbles down here, so they sort of shifted Magnus to go roam a bit. Give Valkyrie some solo experience.
Yeah, Magnus just seems so lost at the moment. He's kind of warding. He's going to try to go around here on the bubbles, I imagine. Bubbles should be able to see him here from his little melee creep. That should be enough. We do see... Magebane going to go down here top, probably. Just barely... Oh, missing on that. The slow is not up for 5 seconds. Dark Lady might have wanted to chase there. He was using a Rune of Blight, but one auto attack in that slow would have been enough to get the kill. I think before the blink came up, but...
This is so hilarious. Just look at the XP a minute of Magnus and Luna. They're just like, well, I mean, it's
Oh.
not surprising. That's just what they do. Oh, as Miraxis just opening up the fucking dome chamber here on this kid mid. Oh man, look at that! Like you can't just you can't run away from Miraxis. Once you have like 3 axes sticking in you,
Yeah, we do see a Luna here on top, very, very low. Does Magebane want to go for the Blake? No, looks like the health pot is going to be able to regen enough. Magebane does have his life tube a little bit before Dark Lady here, and that essentially means that Dark Lady's not going to have any mana for a very long time because he's going to be able to afford the harassment exchange, just kind of going in and whacking her a few times, backing off and regenning up that HP again.
it's actually really funny warding by Hellborn. They have a ward at the runes, a ward at the rune spot, and then one to block the creek down here.
Did the water effects change? Oh, we do see a Pyromancer going down once again. Miraxis is using that ultimate to put a lot of damage in there in conjunction with the Parasite. Parasite does have that mana ring, going to be able to walk around and do a lot of farming and harassing and just kind of poking at lanes. And if they overextend, if they're vulnerable, he'll really be able to punish them. We do see that Miraxis is top gold farm right now in the game at 292 GPM. Not too shabby for somebody that's had to be very, very careful in his farm.
This is actually quite comical to me because, first of all, Pyro had a much better. He was really winning at the beginning, and now Miraxis is, which I guess is normal for a melee versus a range at the very start of a mid lane. But I think Miraxis is really pulling a lot out of his hat, considering he basically only had a mana battery and some branches. So now he's got his bottle. Now he's got power supply. So now I think we can, and of course his ultimate. So I want to see this crazy ass Miraxis strategy. Pull some money in.
He does have a haste rune here. I wouldn't be surprised if he saved that for his ultimate. You know, it's up in 15 seconds. He's really going to be able to use that to put a lot of damage in basically anybody he wants to. But there's no Hellborn here on top, which is where he's waiting for somebody to come up here and farm. But I don't think it's going to actually happen. We see Dark Lady farming the yellow creeps here in the jungle, all nice and safe. And, if she goes back to lane, she's going to be in a world of hurt. But I don't know if it'll happen.
Yeah. Oh, if only he knew that she was there, he would just run over and dome her. But.
Furiously typing. Blah, blah, blah. Asked me when I was going to be the Ouija. The answer is soon.
Yeah, I can't help but feel like this Hellborn team is very focused on getting kills early, I think, with the exception of Mrs. Dark Lady. So, I was about to say, I really hope this Bubbles dies, because they really need to get him, but, yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice take cover there by Bubbles, but it just wasn't enough. You know, that kind of combination of a Luna, Magnus, and Valkyrie, just very, very heavy damage very early in the game.
Stuns everywhere, hundreds of them.
Yeah. That was a Woody reference, I think. Or a Buzz Lightyear reference.
Quickstar reference.
We see the Tatar going down here for the Legion team. Just kind of putting a lot of pressure. It's kind of going to be a battle of the carries, obviously, between Dark Lady and Magebane. They're both kind of farming pretty well. Take a look at their GPMs. We do have 285 for Magebane and only 212 for Dark Lady, so she is falling behind a little bit in that respect. They did pick up a tower, though, of course, which is going to help his GPM. We do see a lot of action here bottom, where Axis is just kind of running over people because...
Oh,
that's just what he does. We did see that haste rune finally come into play. I can't think of a better rune for him than
I can't
haste
think of a better alt avatar for him. Like, what is this shit? He's got like a chainsaw. He's just fucking bitches up. Jesus Christ.
Why doesn't V lock my camera? Am I retarded? Wasn't that the hotkey for that? V? What the fuck? I don't know.
Let's go down again. Oh, but Valkyrie leaves. Oh, very nice take cover by Bubbles. Overall, wow, what is going on here? Wow, and she's not going to get the kill. That was hilarious. Valkyrie had a kelp field on her, and she decided to leap forward to kill Bubbles, who was one hit away from death. But she procs the kelp field, and then turns around, gets one last attack, and then he takes cover and disjoints it and lives. Wow.
There we go. We do see a very desperate steam bath here by Magnus. Just going to kind of sit in there for as long as he can. Doesn't want the Glacial Blast to come back up. Oh, we do see a very bad positioning mistake there by Hani. On that Miraxis, not a good path to take, sir.
Truly unfortunate. If you had at least popped pretty much anything, you would have maybe lived, but was completely taken by surprise and chain stunned, so only so much one can do. But he's still leading in XP a minute. Mage Bane actually taking gold per minute. So yeah, this is looking very nice for the Legion team, which in my opinion has less early game than the Hellborn team.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Well, you know, the thing is, Meraxis gets his early game going pretty quickly. You know, level 6, not too far away when you're basically getting solo experience most of the time. But the question is going to be kind of, when does this Mage Bane become powerful enough? You know, does Dark Lady outclass Mage Bane super late game? I just think maybe the mobility is going to be in the favor there of the Mage Bane. He's going to be able to counter push much more effectively, things like that. We see Glacius going down. And, Magma's going down as well. Meraxis is here to try to clean up with this Parasite, as well as we see the Mage Bane here. I don't see him getting away, obviously, with that Mage Bane there. We do see...
I didn't even see the new announcer yet. I forgot there was
the
a pimp announcer.
So I logged on Han the other day, and I was like, oh my god, there's a new announcer, and it's actually badass. And then I looked at the price, and I just, like, laughed and closed Han. Because it was, like, 820 gold coins or something.
Well,
which I don't know what that is in dollars, but that feels like a lot.
It's not that much if you have 80k gold, bro.
You know what? Most people don't get infinite free coins. I'm sorry.
Most people need to step up.
No, it's not that much. Just kidding. Oh, it's like $15. What the? Whatever. Alright, moving on.
Money. It's like tribes, dude. Everything's so fucking expensive. This Meraxis actually getting Chalice, which honestly I think is almost a little overkill. So this is interesting because I really wanted to see this build and what it is. So basically, he's just getting super... That's my problem with Meraxis. I love Meraxis' abilities, but his mana pool is just abysmal, and you can never quite use all your stuff to its full potential. So I guess really what he's doing here, he's got his Power Supply, Bottle, and Blood Chalice. So, I mean, all he's missing is the Arcane Ring, and he'd have all the mana regeneration like early game that you could possibly want.
Yeah, we do see an invisible Parasite here. They're going to be able to get a kill here on Pyromancer pretty easily. You know, that Meraxis can tower dive all day long if he wants to. Does use the Arcane Shield, but nothing coming out that he can actually counter it with. That's a weird skill. But, they turned around on him. I don't know. Meraxis didn't use his ultimate. He didn't want to use it to put out the damage there on the Pyromancer. I really thought they were just going to go in, burst the Pyromancer very quickly. But instead, they tried to kind of conserve their abilities, and they paid for it in the end, obviously, as we saw.
Yeah, it was kind of risky. I think they would have definitely gotten Pyromancer, but I think Meraxis thinks his life is worth more right now. Oh, nice dodge on the stun, but the guy's running for the Invis Rune, but he's not going to get it. Way too slow, getting stomped on.
Meraxis is not going to pick up the Invis Rune, which probably would have been a good idea. He probably could have cut up and got this kill here on Magnus as well. He might die anyway to the bubbles. Again, just a little bit of a misplay here by Hani. His map awareness doesn't seem to be top tier this game. But looks like he might still be able to come in here and clean up. Of course, Magnus is very low. Doesn't have anything related to a portal key yet, of course. Ooh.
Oh man, you ever have that when you're fighting a Pudge and you're so hell-bent on dodging the hook that just isn't coming, that you're like moving left to right, and then eventually you realize like, oh fuck, I'm in melee range, and he just eats you. You're like, oh shit, I think that exact thing just happened. The guy's all focused on dodging the axes and he just gets...
That's sad. We did see Aluna got away there 100% because Hani did not go and pick up that Invis Rune when he had the opportunity. So she was able to get out of there because of that. So again, just a kind of a weird misplay by him. I don't know really sure what he was.
It's possible he straight up didn't see it. I think that's what it was. Either it wasn't in range because it's night and they do have no wards there, or the Invis Rune does kind of blend into the scenery, but I don't know.
I mean, it is an Invis Rune, so it's appropriate.
Truly.
But,
so I'm gonna look at the gold for this. Yeah, so I guess what is the kill death for Dark Lady? 1-1, but her gold per minute just isn't exactly stellar.
No, but Dark Lady does tend to have a pretty slow ramp up a lot of the times. Obviously, 188 GPM is not where you want it to be. You'd want her to probably be in like the 250, 275 area at least before she gets her Rune Axe, and then she can obviously catapult up from there. But starting a little bit behind, so that's going to delay her Rune Axe by quite a bit.
Yeah, I think actually her early game farming is... Whoa, Bubbles, what are you doing, bro? You might want to... Yeah.
He's clearly baiting a team fight here. Because No Tail would never do such an obnoxious thing. We do see Miraxis tanking all of this damage. Just look at all the abilities they're using on him. He Arcane Shields the Pyromancer ultimate and just walks away
Oh, did he? I
from
didn't even see it.
4 people, 5 people. I'm offended by that.
Yeah, I was amazed that Bubbles actually got hit by that because, like, he must have been looking somewhere else because that arrow was so slowly flying into the.
Yeah, look, if you're gonna alt tab to like ask Jeeves something, just like put it on AutoCast real
Do
quick,
people
you know?
still use that shit? Is that
I don't
website
know.
still exist? Motherfucking Ask Jeeves. How to dodge arrows. You can start by hitting the E button on your keyboard. No, what I was gonna say is, Dark Lady. Like, I played Dark. Oh wow, this dive.
Oh, are they gonna do it? Are they gonna try to save too many abilities again here? They really just want to kind of kill the Pyromancer and get out of there before the 8,000 TPs come in. Looks like they're just barely gonna get the kill here on him. They might be able to kill those Magnus as well. Obviously, Miraxis is gonna go down here, but well, I hope he goes down here. Please go down here.
Oh, he's gonna. He doesn't have a TP scroll, so I don't know exactly where the fuck he's.
But he has an ultimate in 5 seconds here. 4-3.
Oh!
Can he?
If I were Hani right now, I'd be pretty butthurt.
I think you might be a second and a half ahead of me. I'm at 24, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. All right.
Yeah, I was a few seconds ahead. Yeah, that was hilarious. He died right when the cooldown came off for his ultimate. Quite comical to me. The thing I was going to say 500 years ago was that I didn't know this, but Taint Soul's mana cost is 35 mana. It's freaking low. So if you're playing Dark Lady, like, I love to max that shit. Like, not really for harassment purposes, but for last hitting. You can use Taint Soul last hit, like, so easily. It's basically a free last hit. Whenever it's up, and I mean, if you just so much as have some guy with, like, Ring of the Teacher sitting next to you, like, you can basically spam it endlessly.
Yeah, well, the thing is, when you have that combination of the Han Hatchet as well as Taint Soul, you can farm decently well, even if they're in a very harassment-heavy lane. It's actually really, really important to know that combination very well so you can farm on her. Because until you get that Rune Dax, your farm is just so fragile. It really, really is fragile.
Yeah. Yeah, she's very easy to gank, but her actually, like, Dark Lady's early game damage is so underrated in lane sometimes.
Much Too Strong in chat just said the phrase "Jesus sandwich on a hot bun," and I really like it. I'm really jealous I didn't use that. We do see that it looks like Magebane is going for that Rune Dax as well. Going to be a little bit of a farm off here between that Magebane and the Dark Lady.
It's actually interesting. Miraxis choosing to go for Steam Boots over Ghost Marchers.
Or Plated Greaves, which I kind of would have expected. Oh, we do see an arrow hitting a creep. Getting the last hit for gold, which is what he wanted.
Well, I guess the thing is, once you get the Blink Dagger, the sort of move speed from Phase Boost isn't as crucial anymore. So I assume he's going to go for that, because that's the sort of thing everybody does.
I mean, it's just so good on Miraxis. Oh, we did see the Valkyrie ultimate coming out here. They did spot it just in the last second. Miraxis popping his ultimate. Going to be the tankiest guy I've ever seen in my entire life. He has no tank items at all. And he's not taking any damage. Very nice Magnus stun there. The Bubble's ultimate hitting several targets as well. Miraxis coming back and popping that shield for a lot of burst damage there. Nice job by Hani. We do see Magebane coming in here to clean up. Oh my goodness gracious. He's going to be able to get a couple kills here if he wants. He does have that Rune Dax. We saw how much damage she was able to spread. Is he going to continue to go for this Dark Lady? She will be able to... no, she's not. She actually wouldn't have been able to Charging Strike away.
Oh, yeah. Miraxis is just a hero that, despite his very abysmal mana pool, sort of makes up for it for a really huge amount of health. So if you so much as have Steam Boots and Mystic Vestments on this hero, which he does, you just get so much survivability for so little cost. It's just very efficient. So I completely love this guy's build, actually. He's just decided to go early game full cheap mana regeneration and then cheap survivability. Just make the most out of mid and early game.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a very efficient build. A lot of those items very cheap. You can just kind of replace them as you go as well. We'll have to see what order he kind of chooses to sell his mana regeneration items. We do see Mirax is taking a lot of damage here, as well as a full Magnus ultimate. 4 players using a lot of cooldowns on him, finally managing to get him down because he didn't actually get his ultimate off. If he would have gotten that off, I think he would have been able to probably get away. They had already used up most of their CC chain on him.
Well, the thing is, Dark Lady's silence really fucked him over there, because he would have been able to just stomp them right after that, but he was silenced the whole time, because Dark Blade is actually a very underrated skill. Well, Dark Lady, very sort of underrated hero. Well, I don't know. She's got her strengths and weaknesses, but just the things that she can do, which is basically Dark Blades, is hilariously long silence duration. It's just, how long does it last? 5 seconds. And the silence lasts for 2.5 seconds. So you can basically silence someone for like 7.5 seconds.
You can silence more than somebody for 7.5 seconds. You can silence as many targets as you can manage to hit.
Yeah.
For at least 2.5.
Yeah. And her ultimate, from what I remember, is actually a neat trick for the folks to try at home. If you're ever up against a Dark Lady. Today on Nigma's Haunt Tips. If you're ever up against a Dark Lady who ults you, place a simple ward of fucking observation, ward of sight, down, and you will find yourself with vision again.
Did they change that? I thought they changed that.
Did they change it? Because I don't know, it worked at some point in this game. You know?
It totally worked. I don't know if they changed that or not.
All I know is people always say that. Like, the thing is though, if you're ever in a game, you'll notice that like nobody actually does it, and it kind of fucks you over. Because if nobody counters her ultimate, that shit is actually really annoying.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody do it, but I've seen a lot of people say to do it.
Yeah, I always say I do, and I'm like, I always say, that's why Dark Lady sucks, because you can counter her ultimate. But then in games, I actually just don't do it, and then
yeah,
she's just so fragile. She's a glass melee cannon with very little crowd control. That's her problem.
Well, the whole thing is that you kind of do that build where you need to get that rune axe. Whoa, hi there. Just as soon as possible, I need more green tea. As soon as possible, and then you go up. I really like getting that Shrunken Head next, because once you have that combination of Rune Axe and Shrunken Head, they can't really stop your initial kind of burst of damage where you go in, you cleave a lot of targets, you're doing a ton of AoE damage, you're doing a ton of silence and disruption, and you start becoming a very big presence in the team fight outside of just the raw damage that something like a Mage Bane will bring.
Yeah, with Dark Lady, you really want to even out your weakness and get the magic immune thing, because her base damage is always so retarded with Dark Blades. You really don't need another item like Herder. I'm gonna get Shield Breaker and dish out the big dips. Gotta get out her weakness first, else she will die. And this is gonna be interesting here. They don't see Magnus. They're not quite sure if they want to go in, because they know that Eluna can see them, but they're not. No team is backing off, so they're just kind of like waiting here. This is looking bad for the Legion if they decide to stay.
It looks like they are going to stay here, at least for now. Nice little portal there by Pyromancer, getting a nice position, but Bubba's just able to get out of there without taking any damage. Hani picking up the kill on that Miraxus.
That was actually very well played by the Legion. They saw him coming, and instead of trying to run, which would have been my initial reaction, they totally just crapped on the one hero and ran, and it totally got away with it.
There you go. Sometimes you just got to poop on somebody, you know? Lesson learned. I do notice that they took off the casting speed reduction from Master of the Mantra. That's interesting on Mage Bane.
I think. Yeah, I remember.
Because that was so funny, like playing against a Pyromancer, and he'd go to stun you, and it would take like 3 minutes for the stun to go off, and you just wait and then blink behind him and punch him in the dick.
Yeah,
it's really fun.
That shit was retarded. Well, I don't know how... It was just annoying, like, because that shit already is really hard to land if you don't have points in your passive.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know. It's just... It made it even more
retarded. Are there... What are the other cast speed reductions? Are there any?
They added some at some point, and they took them back out again. Is this Valkyrie getting completely...
Oh, Valkyrie just barely able to leap away, but it looks like Parasite's going to try to clean up anyway. Oh, no, not going to be able to do it. Turns around, throws an arrow. Ooh, 5 second here on more axes.
That would have been a good opportunity to pop his shield, because that shield works on Valkyrie's arrow. Like, what was he... I'm going to say lag.
Lag? No team. No team.
No team. Fuck noob team. Yeah, I don't know how Mage Bane is in this metagame, because in Dota 2, as everybody knows, he's like the Antichrist. Like, people just pick him, and like the entire enemy team just rage quits instantly. Like, I'm so sick of his shit. Like, First he was really big, then he died down a little bit, and now it's just like if people still pick him, it's just like I just hate him. I just hate him to death. He should be better in this game, considering Whispering Helm, as far as I know, works with his mana burn. Unlike in
Does it?
England.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean you can use both at the same time?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, mana burn is completely separate in this game. You can only have one mana burn, but it's a separate tier of modifier.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just broken.
Yeah, Magebane pretty ridiculous, but you get called a Magebane picker when you pick actually not killing the Ice Ogre, sparing his life. Very, very polite here by the Magebane.
The Ice Ogre says like, well, better go back to sleep.
He's got a family. He's got to work tomorrow, man. He's got to go back to sleep. Are you kidding me?
It's like he thinks the other ogres are just like sleeping.
That's what his mom told him. That the ogres are sleeping.
That is whisper me. Magebane, Saman Han, Magebane picker fags should die.
There you go. There you go. I was playing with Korok once, and I picked Magebane, and he made fun of me the entire game. I just really wanted to play Magebane.
Well, you just gotta man up and not pick Magebane.
Apparently. Shout out to Porkchop. Oh my god, he's so porkalicious.
So, I think it's about time I analyze this game. So, let's see here. Magebane is sitting on 540 GPM. Holy shit. Yeah, his items, I mean, it shows 25-minute Geobane and Runed Cleaver and Whispering Helm and Steam Boots. That is retarded. That's just, like, I don't even know. Like, they shouldn't be able to lose this game, to be honest. Like, actually, like, Dark Lady is sort of good against Magebane in the sense that once she activates her Dark Blades, it just goes in. She doesn't really need anything else, but
yeah.
Magebane
Well, the thing is, the Legion team is very, very, very focused onto. Oh, what do you see? They're going to try to go here. Oh, 5 second again. Just
wow.
They are not fucking around in the Magebane kill, which I like. You know, sometimes you just got to kill. You just got to kill somebody. You know.
That was actually quite cute. She used the Taint Soul right when the arrow was like in vision of Magebane. So right when he was about to react, he's like, "Oh shit!" and he gets it right in the face. I think his blink was on cooldown. I'm guessing that's what it was. I trust people not to get hit by really obvious shit when their escape abilities are not on cooldown, but we have seen quite a bit of that this game, actually.
Quite a bit of that this game. I don't know what happened, Hansi. He used to be good at video games. I'm a little bit surprised that we're not seeing the Hellmore team do something like pressure Kongor a little bit. You know, they have a really good kind of team fight team. They have a lot of AoE damage. They have a lot of really strong ultimates for that team fight where if they kind of collapse together, they would just do absolutely massive amount of damage, and they can really kind of pressure here on the Kongor. But I guess they just kind of want Darkblade to keep farming. She doesn't have any kind of lifesteal or anything yet. Popping her shrunken head to fight a neutral creep.
Misclick of the year all years.
What is the mechanics in this game?
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to explain that for you. It's actually a competitive move because actually every time you use Shrunken Head, the cooldown is reduced. So she wants to get that short cooldown up for the future fights. So totally legitimate move. High level play up in here. Totally.
This is like StarCraft 2 build order shit right here. They have very specific timings in mind.
Yeah, dude, like I
That
tried
involve
playing
blowing
StarCraft,
your shrunken head.
and it's just like all these people use all these expressions like fucking 6 pool, 10 hatch, fucking I don't even know. I'm just like fuck.
That was a 28 shrunken head.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, now we can be like the StarCraft 2 players here. I think they're the shit because they say all those weird shit. Actually, this is actually really nice that the Hellborn team, they're really pulling the crap out of these Ancients, and Dark Lady, really one of the underrated things about her is she can just cleave the shit out of everything. And like, not only with her charging strikes, but now that she's got the, obviously the Rune Cleaver, which she always gets, she can make such quick work of this shit and get really good, fucking cash money.
Oh, so apparently Dark Lady was trying to use the hatchet and then use Shrunken Head and then move the hatchet where the Shrunken Head was because that's normal hockey for it. So what I'm getting from that is that Dark Lady has the mechanics of a retarded 12-year-old.
I'm gonna go with my version. It's a lot more elegant. Makes her seem less stupid. Well, it's
No, I
up
like.
now and no team fight happened, so it seems like both teams are very content on just farming. I really don't know who to root for late game. I would almost say the Hellborn might have an edge, but I don't know. Like I said earlier, I said the Legion might have an edge because I think this Mage Bane is just very farmed. But I think that the edge that the Hellborn has lies more in the disable. Like you said, Magnus and Pyro, very crazy team fight ability. And here we go, one stun onto Mage Bane, another. Oh, he misses the stun. What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, they should just back off. They should just back off. Just run. Just go back. Just Valk ult and run the fuck away. Just don't.
Oh,
Even try.
Luna stunning Mage Bane, so he didn't go into the Valk arrow. No mana on Magnus. Oh, get
Okay.
out of there. Just
That was actually like they fucked up real hard, but they managed to escape, so it shouldn't really matter. But yeah, actually now that Pyro and Magnus have their portal keys, I was going to say, I think now in particular they have a lot of good initiation and stunning if they could land their fucking abilities.
If that's a big if. That honestly seems like a really big if here. We just see the Legion team is a little bit more focused on that Mage Bane, right? The 537 GPM. Gold count total is very similar together. This looks like Birdlight is going to go down here to the Dark Lady. A nice job keeping on him in those trees. They were able to get the Taint Soul in the last second, so it was slow enough to kind of keep track of. It was very nice by him. But very, very focused GPM here on the Mage Bane. So if he goes down, the combined power of the Hellborn team is just much, much stronger.
Yeah. Then again, yeah, you're right, because this Valkyrie is actually taking the farm here of the Ancients, which I would have assumed are for Dark Lady, but I think they realize they can't do this with only Dark Lady carrying, so they're going to choose to get Valkyrie some items as well, which is actually a very nice idea because of these reasons. And oh god, is Mirax is going to... Oh wow.
I love it. And still not even backing off, trying to pick up an extra killer here too, trying to stick on that Alduna. He does have a little bit of backup coming, but going to choose to back off. Looks like Pyromancer got there in time to save that Alduna. And Mirax is just a total baller.
Yeah, I can't wait to see a team fight, 'cause honestly I don't know who's going to come out on top. I think it's going to come down to the initiation for the Hellborn team, because they technically have better initiation, but if they fuck it up or they don't get enough people in the Magma Stun, I think it's going to go sour, because Legion team has a lot of burst damage and a lot of just like a lot of Mage Banes with Geobane, you know.
Yeah. Well, I wish that Geobane were as strong as it is in Dota. That's one of the reasons Mage Bane's not quite as strong, because it does cancel his magic resist.
Oh yeah, I remember reading about that.
Yeah, it's really sad. Makes me really sad inside.
But Miraxis now does have the portal key, so they do have some decent initiation on the Legion team, but I don't know, this Bubbles is sitting on some very light items, but he does have the portal key, which I guess is all you really need if you're going to go like sort of a non-mid, non-ganker, non-snowballing Bubbles.
Now, see, here's the thing. Mage Bane just TB'd to the top, and they know that he did. So Hellborn team should have immediately jumped onto this Kongor, which it looks like they're setting up to do, but look at how much time they're wasting setting this up. They really just needed to kind of go in here and get it. It looks like they are still going to get it, no problem. Mage Bane not going to be able to get down here in time. That's something you really need to pay attention to when you're playing against a team that has such a substantial hard carry that the farm is very, very focused on. If he goes somewhere and can't get to you, take something really important, you know, go through and clear their jungle if he goes on one side. Go and take Kongor if he goes on the other side. Abuse the fact that he has very limited mobility and he can only do so much.
I have to say though, like, these teams, I've never seen two teams both content with farming to this extent. Like, neither team apparently has any faith in the other team. They're just all really content with farming. So
Well,
I can't wait to see the late game shenanigans that are going to go on here.
Yeah, I mean, surely this Miraxis is going to fall off pretty quickly towards late game, right? He's a very, very strong early game, but he doesn't really have any kind of never, just kidding. His E does percent damage, so it
Yeah,
scales
but
on.
it's not a big deal, to be honest. Like, it's good. It's better than
But
when it was static.
yeah.
But
At least he has something going
Yeah.
forward, which I kind of didn't think he had. We do see Dark Lady gonna have to go back. Doesn't have any mana. We'll see what she picks up next. She has the Rune deck. She has the Shrunken Head. She has a token right now, which is really, really important. And they really need to kind of actually use it for something. I think they don't want to. You just use it as a farming safety net, which is probably what they're going to end up doing.
Yeah, I kind of want to see how the next few minutes are going to pan out, because everybody seems content on farming, and 34 minutes isn't exactly late game yet, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just continue farming for a while. But definitely both teams playing really careful now and trying not to get ganked.
Yeah.
Um, Warding and counter warding all over the place.
But we do still see it's a very, very close 1,700 gold difference. Very, very small. Again, it is very focused on that Mage Bane, 580 GPM versus the 450 on the Dark Lady. When the golds are close, that means there's about 130 GPM floating around that can be spread out to the rest of the team. A lot of that going to the Valkyrie. There's not really a kind of a side carry aside from Meraxis on the Legion team, but again, like we said, doesn't really scale too well. I mean, there's nothing that he really kind of needs to pick up at this point that's going to be a game changer on him, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna just play the role of the initiator now. I think just blink in, stun. Maybe he'll get like an Assault Cuirass or a
Ooh.
Steel Plate or something.
A Brutalizer picked up here on the Dark Lady.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, one of my favorite things about Dota 2 is the fact that you can fucking upgrade the Brutalizer into the Abyssal Blade. Are you familiar with the Abyssal Blade?
Yes, but I don't remember what it does. Oh, we do see a lot of action here on the Dark Lady. She does manage to use that Shrunken Head just in time, as well as getting the Valkyrie ultimate. She's going to try to dance around here long enough to get out, and she will. And it looks like the Legion team's going to use that as kind of an opportunity to push here. Maybe try to get this. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Green is bottom and red is top. I don't know if you knew that or not. Green is bottom. Green's bottom.
Yeah. But Abyssal Blade, it's an upgrade, and it's really expensive actually. I think it requires a Sacred Relic, but you can activate it to stun somebody for 2.5 seconds near you. So it's like a basher with targeted bash that you can activate once. And it goes to magic immunity.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It looks like it's like ribbed for her pleasure.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Probably. I just nod my head awkwardly and pretend I know what the fuck you're talking about. Magma's stunning in here. Only gets Glacius. Kind of weak initiation. Magma's going down, and oh god, the party is beginning. But oh god, Meraxis is gonna get cheesed down here really quickly before he can really do anything.
Yeah, but Mage Bane is coming in. We see how much damage he's able to put out. Oh, but very quickly, running low on mana, running low on cooldowns. Will he be able to get a proc here on the Brutalizer that will absolutely kill the Mage Bane? It doesn't look like it's going to happen, and Dark Lady going to get turned around, does have that token, but didn't want to spend it like that in that kind of situation. Is it going to be able to capitalize here on the bubbles? He's kind of standing out in the middle of nowhere. I was really hoping that arrow would just hit for absolutely no reason. We do see Dark Lady doesn't have any kind of lifesteal or anything and is in a very dangerous position. If she had a Whispering Helm there, she might have been able to go turn around and at least try to get a kill, but just trying to run away and not be able to get away.
Yeah, I don't know. Brutalizer's kind of a weird pickup, but I guess she just really wants to be able to go toe-to-toe with this Mage Bane, which I totally sort of understand. But yeah, I don't know. I think like the other people are gonna stop her. I think she could already sort of stand against Mage Bane quite easily. It's sort of the Meraxis stun and bubbles and shit, and even Khaleesi is just gonna be annoying her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe I would have gone with. Well, she already has the BKB, so I guess she already has it covered. But that's the thing. That's the thing about Dark Lady. Like you got like 5 seconds of magic immunity to work with, but once the window's closed, you can pretty much just pack up and go home because, unlike Mage Bane, you can just blink in and out. You only have charging strikes, which has a long cooldown. And
right. Oh, we do see Mage Bane going to go in here. They do manage to get a kill on that Pyromancer, and we do see Valkyrie is still down, so they're going to be able to get a tower here, I suspect. We do see Dark Lady coming in, trying to put out as much damage as can into that Meraxis. Not really the best target of choice, though. Just not able to put enough damage in that time frame she has. And, yeah, fight's going to reset. So nice job there by the Hellborn team, at least kind of keeping them out from getting that tower kill. When it was 5-on-3, it's really important that they're able to keep that tower up, able to keep that barracks up. But we did see my standard transition on Dark Lady, right? You rush the fuck out of Ruined Axe. Boots are a crutch. Don't worry about boots. And then you get Whispering Helm or a Shrunken Head, and then you just get a Doombringer.
Always get a Doombringer.
Once you have the Shrunken Head, they can't stop you from hitting things. So you want to hit them like really hard.
I definitely just saw 2 codexes flash around on my screen. I almost had a heart attack, and then I realized that there's a parasite in this game, and that's totally normal. I was like, oh yeah, break out the codex. This game's about to get fucking neato. But
we do have 17 or 18 portal keys in this game. Meraxis and Parasite and Bubbles and Magmus and Pyromancer.
Initiators doing what they do best. Actually, Blade Mail being picked up on Merax is good choice.
Ooh, I like
Especially because you can use it while you're silenced and What's-Her-Face is wailing on you.
What's-Her-Face is wailing on you. That's just a good phrase. I like it.
That's right. Valkyrie, now with the... I almost said Ring of the Teacher. Savage Mace. Actually, Magebane just picked up a Symbol of Rage, and goddamn, he is so decked out. I can't see how the Legion team could lose this game. He's just in another dimension of farm. Like, 624 GPM. I mean, I don't care how much this Dark Lady has. She doesn't have enough. Like, I don't know. Like, was Brutalizer the right pickup? I'm not so sure. I would have maybe went for something that just deals damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be so difficult to kill. I mean, because again, it's always going to come down to killing this Magebane. If they can manage to kill the Magebane, they can win, but he's so tanky at this point, and I don't know if the damage is going to, like... If he's building defensive and you're building offensive, you want to outscale him on that. And you're not going to do it with the Brutalizer. You might be able to lock him down for a little bit more, but the thing is they already have so much stun on their team, and he doesn't have a Shrunken Head. So he's going to be locked down. There's going to be a time frame where he is locked down and he needs to be killed. And I don't think that an overlapping stun is going to do that for you. You know, you need to have that really, really big damage burst to kill the Magebane.
I think like what her idea was is that she wanted extra utility for Magebane in the form of stun while also gaining some survivability. Because correct me if I'm wrong, this does give 10 strength on the Basher, so I'm guessing she wanted extra survivability. But honestly, it's just not that much, and it doesn't really do much. So she does have a Arcana now, so I'm guessing she's going to be making a Hellflower, which would actually be really cool, and then I wouldn't mind seeing that. She just finished it, actually. So that's going to help immensely, I think. Cause
Pyromancer almost has one as well, though. I mean, are they going... I guess I said myself that it's going to come down 100% to killing the Magebane. And so if they dedicate their entire strategy to killing the Magebane, that's probably okay. But you just say that right now he's farming the entire map. He's farming their jungle. He's blinking around. He's doing exactly what he has to do. And sitting at 633 GPM right now, Nigma.
Yeah, so soon he's going to be decked out, which, I mean, that's the last thing this Legion team could really be waiting for before they deliver the fucking killing blow, because after this next item slot, there's going to be nothing left for Magebane to farm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually curious to what it is, because usually you would get a wing blow, but there's already Savage Maces on the other side, so not quite sure what he's going to be going for here.
It's actually pronounced Wingaling Bow, but...
Wingaling Bow.
Yeah, I looked it up.
I looked it up. Well, I am an atheist, debate me.
But it looks like Magebane really kind of wants to keep that TP stone. I'm surprised he's not doing a little bit more like hard counter pushing. You know, put some really, really aggressive wards up, do some pushing that forces them to react to you, and then just leave.
How much gold does he have? Like, I haven't fucking played this game in so long. Where do I see his gold? His current gold.
looks like the Legion team is going to try to get a Condor kill here again. They see there's an opportunity, the Hellborn team, Dark Lady pushing this tower, and so they're going to get it. She's not going to kill the tower. I guess she thought they were coming after her, but instead they were killing the Condor. She probably could have actually forced them to retreat. She could have really tried to push this base tower or done something. A little bit of a misplay there by the Dark Lady, but again, we have much more information than she does, so it's much easier for me to say something like that. Luna throwing out a very intimidating, in my game, purple Beam of Death.
I don't know what mods you have, but I kind of want them now.
I have this really awesome Luna skin that, what's that dude's name made? He made the Christmas Midas.
Oh, yeah.
Before it was the real thing.
I know who you're talking about. I just remember his name.
Will Smith or something?
Will Smith?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I don't know his name, but...
Getting jiggy with it? No, it's not. It's nothing close to that. I think it starts with a V. Anyway, meanwhile, did you see the Mage Bane?
They're gonna shut down this Mage Bane. Here come the silences!
Ooh, are they going to be able to burst down this Mage Bane or not? It doesn't look like it. He does have that Geobane as well, putting on a lot of damage, just able to refill his health, and it's over.
They had a window of opportunity, but the fact of the matter is this Mage Bane has a decent chunk of life and a decent chunk of magic damage reduction. And basically, if you don't kill him in the first 5 seconds, he's just going to pop Symbol of Rage and just auto-attack all of his life back in a few seconds.
Yep.
Ain't much they can do. Here comes the Magnus ultimate, which honestly should have been in the first fight. They are going to kill Mage Bane, and wow, it's actually looking pretty good for them, but... before they celebrate, Mage Bane has a shit ton of gold, and he's probably going to buy back. In fact, he already has.
And he goes back to farming, which is exactly what I would do. He's essentially going to make the gold back that he just spent easily, as well as having all the map presence and all of that. So a nice call there by him. They're not going to be able to push or really do much. I guess they could try to 1v5 him, but because his team is so low level, they're actually not going to be dead for too long. They're not level 25. They're not dead for 14 minutes. But, actually, Kongor, I thought the Legion team did Kongor not that long ago?
Nope. I really have to hand it to the Hellborn team. They are making this work, because they are the losing team here.
Wait.
The Legion team, they had such a window of opportunity to get shit done, and the Hellborn team are basically winning with really good, counter initiation.
No, what happened when Legion was doing Kongor and Dark Lady was pushing top?
I don't know.
What?
Tired. I can't remember things that happened 5 minutes in the past.
Why didn't they? Or is that fuck this gay Earth? I don't care anymore. Okay,
That's
so
the latest push stuff I've ever seen on the Luna.
Get it when you get
honestly,
it.
if I were her, I would have gotten.
Way ahead of me. You ready?
You know what they all should have gotten? I'm ahead of you.
44, 45, 46, 47.
Alright, we're good. What I would have gotten is, you know what item is the item of the day in this game? Fucking... Banish Stick.
Storm Spirit?
Void Talisman.
They nerfed it 8
Void
times.
Talisman.
Void Talisman. Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, we do see initiation. Dark Lady getting absolutely just molested here by the
She doesn't give a fuck.
Has that token of life, obviously, but really want to get that tower down. They're going to try to get the barracks here as well. Magnus going to go down. No, he's going to live. And Marax is coming in and doing a lot of disruption, putting out a lot of damage. Mage Bane blinking in, trying to find a target to connect to. Dark Lady jumps right on him and then tries to scoot on out of there with the Valkyrie ultimate. And looks like at least one of them is going to make it out, but Mage Bane should be able to clean up here very effectively. Uses the ultimate and cleans up the Aluna, who dropped a Bound Eye, going to be picked up by that Glacius. And Dark Lady may or may not be able to make it out of here. Will she be able to maybe just turn around and kind of try to counter kill if she's not going to make it out? Sometimes you just got to attack people. There you go. She does manage to get the bubbles down, dropping a second Bound Eye.
Honestly, that whole thing was kind of sloppy by the Hellborn team that time, because they ran in and instead of dealing with the heroes, which you need to, they decided just to right-click buildings, which is something that pub players do sometimes. Guys, we need to get these racks. Let's attack the racks. But if you're not in a very dominant position, it's not really gonna work, and it didn't work. And actually, what's her face? Not only did she squander the token, but she didn't even use her magic immune. She didn't use her Shrunken Head in that fight at all. She used it then later to try and escape. So,
yeah. Yeah, well, traditionally, and I understand not wanting to use it before you use your token, so you can use it when you come back up, but
Yeah, yeah.
the fight was kind of, I don't know, they seemed more interested in the barracks. I feel like once they took the tower down, they needed to switch their focus onto the Legion team. And instead of just trying to rush burn down a barracks, because even if you get that barracks down, I mean, what's gonna happen if you die anyway? Looks like a lot of action got to come in here. Pyromancer just gets like two shot,
This is
gets
GG right here,
absolutely
dude. G
devastated.
fucking G. Like, they could have had this game. All they had to do was kill the heroes in the Legion base, and I guess they were just feeling like we can't kill Mage Bane without having like the defensive edge and the good Magnus initiation. I think they could have done it. They have just a lot
Yeah.
of Hellflowers and shit. It's really all you need, and like just burn him down. But they chose to try and right click the Rex, and it pretty much cost them the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, we have seen the Meraxes continue to be relevant throughout this entire game. 50 minutes in the game, I'd expect Meraxes not to be that relevant no matter what his farm is. But the combination of a really nice hard carry and Meraxes seems to work really well. He provides the early game, he provides the initiation, and the hard carry can just kind of come in and clean up, which is like what we're seeing right now, that Valkyrie. And we do see Dark Lady trying to come in and do something, but just going to get absolutely destroyed. Doesn't have enough money to buy back, and this should be GG right here. We do see Mage Bane with two Doombringers tanking the tower for approximately 40 minutes.
Yeah, I really agree that Meraxis was
That Meraxis was what?
I was gonna say the shizzle.
Oh,
The
yeah.
proper term.
I
Because
think it.
really, he did a lot of stuff early game, and like you said, he really didn't fall off. He got the Blade Mail, which is really smart on his part, and not only did he manage to get the Portal Key, which was sort of expected, but he also managed to get Magic Immunity, even in the late game. So he was pretty much, like you say, useful whole time around. Very nice to see people not just sort of get lazy and think like, okay, I've got my Portal Key, I'm basically initiation now, I'm going to blink in, stun, die, whatever. And with that attitude, you'll often find yourself not getting any further items when your team could use an edge in the form of, like, Blade Mail, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
well played by both teams, but a lot of slip-ups by both teams. There were a lot of mechanical failures that game.
yeah.
Very disappointing to see those. I mean, at this level of play, you really kind of not want to do that very often. But a couple of misplays by the Hellmore team and a very far Mage Bane, and there's not much you can use. 755 GPM on that Mage Bane.
Yeah, that is a lot of cheddar.
That is like an American nacho plate worth of cheddar.
That's like the American dream worth in cheddar.
The American dream is the 555 deal from Domino's.
I really love the American dream. This is what the pilgrims wanted.
I'm just picturing like pilgrims time traveling and then just crying.
They
Just
just like
like
walk into a 7-Eleven. They're just like, thank the gods, which is weird because I don't think they had. I don't think they were
theistic,
polytheistic.
polytheistic.
I don't think like I'm an American. I don't need to know my nation's history. Like it's totally not like the whole reason they left Britain was religious freedom. It's totally not it. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop
I'm
talking
I'm
now.
I'm polymorphic theistic. I believe in turning people into sheep.
I am poly schlong.
Whoa, whoa.
I'm gonna stop recording now. Call me, say a whole bunch of crazy shit again.
Oh my god, I invented the toaster strudel when I was drunk and I really wanted to put a pastry in the toaster and